Have you ever wondered how a relationship with a narcissist can lead to borderline personality disorder or BPD? Dive into an ocean of understanding as we delve into the world of complex personality disorders, narcissistic personality disorder or NPD, and borderline personality disorder known as BPD. These are not just acronyms but profound conditions that impact an individual's life and their relationship dynamics in profound ways. Narcissistic personality disorder is characterized by a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. On the other hand, borderline personality disorder manifests as a pattern of unstable interpersonal relationships, self-image, and affects, along with marked impulsivity. Now imagine these two conditions intermingling in a relationship. It's like a storm meeting a volcano, both powerful and destructive in their own right. The narcissist, with their manipulation tactics and disregard for others' feelings, can create a whirlwind of chaos. The individual with BPD, already struggling with a fragile sense of self and intense fear of abandonment, might find themselves pushed further into the abyss of emotional instability. But here's where it gets even more tangled. There's a theory, you see, suggesting that enduring a relationship with a narcissist can potentially trigger the development of BPD in the other partner. This is due to the severe emotional trauma and manipulation which can shatter one's self-esteem and self-image, core elements that are already fragile in individuals predisposed to BPD. It's like a seed of vulnerability, watered by the toxic dynamics of a narcissistic relationship, which may blossom into full-fledged borderline personality disorder. It's a journey of pain and struggle, a journey we will explore further as we progress. While these conditions may seem independent, they can often overlap in ways that can be detrimental to an individual's mental health. And understanding this interplay, this intricate dance of disorders, is the first step towards fostering empathy, promoting mental health awareness, and ultimately aiding in recovery. Sarah, not her real name, found herself in a relationship with a narcissistic partner, and the aftermath was far from expected. Sarah's story began like many others. She met a charismatic individual who swept her off her feet. He was charming, confident, and seemed to be everything she had ever dreamed of. But as time went on, Sarah started to notice a pattern of self-centeredness and lack of empathy from her partner. He was a narcissist, a realization that came too late. The relationship quickly became a roller coaster of highs and lows. The highs were intoxicating, filled with grand gestures and passionate declarations of love. But the lows were debilitating, filled with manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional abuse. It was a cycle that left Sarah feeling confused, isolated, and questioning her own reality. As the relationship progressed, Sarah found herself walking on eggshells, constantly trying to avoid triggering her partner's anger or criticism. She began to lose her sense of self, her confidence, and her ability to trust her own judgment. She was trapped in a cycle of trying to please someone who could never truly be satisfied. Over time, the emotional turmoil began to take a toll on Sarah's mental health. She started to experience intense mood swings, bouts of anger, and feelings of emptiness. She was unsure of who she was anymore, and she feared being alone. These are all symptoms of borderline personality disorder, a condition often triggered by traumatic experiences, like being in a relationship with a narcissist. Sarah's story is a cautionary tale of how a relationship with a narcissistic partner can lead to severe psychological consequences. It's a reminder of the importance of recognizing the signs of narcissism and understanding its potential impacts on mental health. Sarah's story is one of many that shed light on the potential mental health repercussions of being in a narcissistic relationship. But how exactly does a narcissistic relationship lead to BPD? Let's dive into the psychological impact of being in a relationship with a narcissist. It's a journey into a world where manipulation and control are the norms, where one's sense of self can be eroded, and where emotional instability can become a daily struggle. Narcissists are masters of manipulation. They employ tactics such as gaslighting, where they distort their partner's perception of reality, making them question their own memory, judgment, and sanity. This constant questioning can result in a shaky sense of identity, a symptom often seen in individuals with BPD. Narcissists also have a knack for exploiting their partner's fears. They may threaten to leave or express indifference, triggering intense fear of abandonment in their partners. This fear is another common symptom of BPD. Furthermore, narcissists are known for their emotional coldness and lack of empathy. Their partners often feel misunderstood, invalidated, and alone. Over time, this can lead to feelings of emptiness and emotional instability. Yet again, hallmarks of BPD. The narcissist's need for constant admiration and validation can also take a toll. Their partners often find themselves walking on eggshells, trying to meet the narcissist's never-ending demands for praise and attention. This constant stress can contribute to impulsive behavior and unstable relationships, two more symptoms of BPD. In addition, narcissists often shift the blame onto their partners, refusing to take responsibility for their actions. This can lead to chronic feelings of guilt and shame in their partners, which can further fuel BPD symptoms. It's important to remember that not everyone who is in a relationship with a narcissist develops BPD. However, the psychological stress can make those who are already vulnerable more susceptible. The psychological toll of a narcissistic relationship can be severe, often leading to the development of BPD. As we navigate through this complex interplay of narcissism and BPD, we gain a deeper understanding of the impacts, the signs, and hopefully the path to recovery. Jane, another survivor, shares her journey of recovery after her narcissistic relationship led to borderline personality disorder, or BPD. Jane's story begins in the aftermath of a relationship with a narcissistic partner, a period marked by tumultuous emotions and a sense of self that felt as fluid and uncertain as a ship lost at sea. She was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, a condition characterized by intense emotional instability, impulsivity, and distorted self-image. But let's be clear, BPD is not a life sentence. It's a serious concern, yes, but it's also a starting point for change, recovery, and self-discovery. And Jane's journey is a testament to that. Jane embarked on her therapeutic process with a sense of determination. She embraced therapy as a space for healing, a place to unravel the knots of her past and to understand the patterns of her present. Through cognitive behavioral therapy, Jane learned to identify and challenge her negative thought patterns. She learned to manage her emotions rather than letting them control her. In her journey, Jane discovered the power of mindfulness, a practice that taught her to stay present, to observe her feelings without judgment, and to cultivate self-compassion. She learned to pause, to breathe, and to respond rather than react. Jane also found strength in community. She joined a support group for survivors of narcissistic abuse, a space where shared experiences fostered a sense of solidarity and understanding. There, she wasn't alone. She was part of a collective journey towards healing. And then, there was self-care. Jane learned to prioritize her well-being, to set boundaries, to say no when she needed to, and to say yes to the things that brought her joy and peace. She rediscovered hobbies that she had left behind, and she found comfort in nature, in art, in music. Jane's journey was not linear. There were setbacks, yes, but each one was a stepping stone, an opportunity for growth. She learned to celebrate her progress, no matter how small, and to treat herself with kindness and patience. Jane's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the possibility of recovery. Understanding the connection between narcissistic relationships and borderline personality disorder, or BPD, is the first step towards recovery. We've spent the last 8 minutes exploring the complexities of these interactions, the psychological impact, and the personal journeys of Sarah and Jane. It's crucial to remember that each case is unique, and the experiences we've shared today represent only a fraction of the countless narratives out there. Now let's go over the key points we've discussed. Narcissistic relationships can have a profound effect on the mental health of the individuals involved. In some cases, prolonged exposure to such relationships may contribute to the development of BPD, characterized by emotional instability, difficulty in maintaining relationships, and a distorted sense of self. On the other hand, BPD is a complex mental health condition that can be influenced by various factors, not limited to narcissistic relationships. It's crucial to understand that not everyone who has been in a relationship with a narcissist will develop BPD and vice versa. Knowledge is power, and by understanding the connection between these two conditions, we can take steps towards prevention, early detection, and treatment. There's a wealth of resources available to those who may be dealing with these issues. From self-help books to online forums, from community support groups to professional counseling and therapy. There's a tool out there for everyone. But remember, while these resources can be beneficial, they're not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you or anyone you know is struggling, don't hesitate to seek help from a healthcare professional. Recovery from any mental health condition is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of understanding, learning, and healing. It may be challenging and at times it may feel overwhelming, but always remember, you're not alone. There is help available and there are people who care. Remember, it's never too late to seek help and start your journey towards recovery. You are not alone.